In today's video, I am styling my sofa for spring 2021 and I'm sharing my top tips on how to style a sofa like a pro. I hope you get some great ideas today, so let's go ahead and dive right on in.
At the Millionaire House.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Millionaire House. So we've been doing this spring series, and to be honest, I'm having to drag it along a little bit because the one art piece that I've ordered is still not here yet. But the good news for you is that I get to break down some of the things that I would typically share just in a home tour and give you some more tips and tricks. So today we are talking all about how to style your sofa like a pro. There are only a couple of things, a couple of key ingredients that you need to style your sofa like a pro every time. It doesn't matter if you're dealing with a light palette or a dark palette. If you keep these couple of tips in mind, you'll nail it every time. So the reason I was inspired to do this video was because of a recent Super Bowl commercial that I saw. By the way, go Bucks. But Progressive has this new series of commercials out with this guy named Dr. Rick, who is teaching people how not to become their parents. And so, he kind of, they're really funny commercials, but he kind of hit home with one of his suggestions to one of his clients. So, he talks about, do we really need signs in our home that teach us to live, laugh, love? So I immediately looked around and pulled down pretty much all of my word art because it really is kind of out of style. There's one that stayed up because I absolutely love it and it's perfect and I'm keeping it. I don't care what Dr. Rick says, but I pulled everything else down. And then there's another scene where he's talking to this lady about her couch, and she's got like 400 throw pillows on the sofa, and he wipes them all off. And he's like, see, now you can actually sit here. So I think that commercial is hilarious because I think a lot of people feel that you have to like jam your couch or your sofa full of pillows to make it look comfy, but you actually don't. And if that's what you prefer, that's fine. I think we should all agree to just let people do what makes them happy in their homes, especially during these times. But if you want it to look like those sofas that look like the ones in Pottery Barn and Z Gallery when you walk in, there's just a couple things that they always do to make those sofas look amazing. So I'm gonna play with a few different looks. So I'll start out with what I do pretty much all year round. The cool thing about styling with pillows, guys, is that I think it's kind of like jewelry for your sofa. And just like you change your jewelry out to match your outfits, changing out your throw pillows for the seasons is just a really affordable way to keep your area looking fresh and stylish. And so especially if you don't buy the inserts all the time, you just buy the pillow covers, and then you store them just like you would your linen, right? So I store my fall pillows, my spring pillows, summer and winter. And then when I'm ready to pull them out, they're ready to go. So that being said, I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you a few different ideas, and then I'll show you my final style for this spring and the pillow that inspired it all. And I got you covered too if you've got a dark sofa. I'm going to take you upstairs and show you some things there. Same rules apply, just have to tweak it just a little bit. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here's just a quick look around at what my color scheme is for the family room. So you can see I've got neutrals and grays going on. Some of you may remember when I designed this sofa. I love the sofa, and I love being at the point in our lives where we can finally have a neutral colored sofa because it makes styling things so much easier. And of course it pulls in some of the grays and neutrals that are in the stone on the fireplace. You guys remember this beautiful pot that I hauled for spring, which also inspired my spring look. But let's get back to this. So I just wanted to show you what my normal colors are and what I use to style a sofa off season or in between seasons. All right, so now you see we're working with a blank slate, and I will link the video to where when we did this sofa, if you want to see how I went through and picked out all of the fabrics and how I went about choosing all the options on this sofa, you can watch that. So my year-round look is just looks that complement this. So when I'm styling a sofa, tip number one, I start from the outside and work my way in. I start from the outside using my bigger pillows. So if you got your 24 by 24s, like this one, for example, I would start with those on the outside. Not using this one in this example because this isn't the pieces that I use year round. So let's just say we are in between seasons. These are the colors that I use. I've got some dark grays, and this is like a velvet texture, which is tip number two. You're going to want to mix textures and patterns to get a really unique look. So I start with these on the outside. And you can do the bunny chop, you can not do the bunny chop. Some people think it looks a bit contrived. I actually like it. So again, do what makes you happy. And then this fabric is custom. So I just liked, let me come up a little bit closer so you can see. There's some little bit of sparkle in this. Little bit of sparkle. Unfortunately, the light is not working with me right now, but I'll try to get another shot later. Just a little bit of sparkle to liven things up a bit, right? So that's where the other one goes. Your zippers are gonna go on the bottom, right? Okay, and then I always, again, like jewelry, I like unique pieces of jewelry. I like unique pillows that kind of tell a story. So this one I found at Ballard Design, and some of the Ballards in different areas have pillows that are local to the town. So in Tampa, we are known for Jose Gaspar, who was a pirate that invaded Tampa. And so a lot of times when you see Tampa, you'll see the Gasparilla or the pirate theme logos there. So this is it, okay? So this is look number one. This is just my everyday. This is how we do it, and then I always try to finish off with a blanket or a throw. I like this one because it's a lighter tone of gray, so it pulls in just everything. So that's another tip, tip number three. When you're mixing your patterns and your textures, try to have a common color theme going. So in this case, it's gray. So I've got all different shades of gray, and then this is the final look of what the sofa looks like. All right? All right, next up, I'm going to show you first, I'm going to show you the pillow that inspired it all. Most of you have seen it already. I'm officially going to pull the tag out. But this, this is a pillow that inspired my whole spring. It's a pillow of beautiful Tampa Bay. It's got some gorgeous greens and blues. Maybe some pinks in there, but it's really, really pretty. So this is the pillow, all right? So here's what I'm gonna do. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna bring this over here with me. I like to start from the outside and work my way in. So you start from the outside with your larger pillows. So for example, this is a 24 by 24. This is a 22 by 22, but I stuffed it with a 24. So just because I didn't want the edges to be too flimsy, I wanted them to be fuller. So I'm starting out with this one. It's the velvet. I got it last season. It's got some fringe on the outside. So it's a really comfortable, inviting pillow, right? And then let me show you these babies. These also just came in, and I can pull the tags out. So now we're gonna mix some texture with this gorgeous pillow from Arhaus. Now, you may not be able to see it from this shot, but it's got like some beautiful sparkle to it. And when it first came in, I thought, uh-oh, it's a little bit too yellow. But once I got it on the sofa, it's actually perfect. So It's also got some little fringe on the edges, but it just brings a little touch of sparkle to the sofa and changes up the texture a little bit. And so I'm going to add this one in as well. Tip number 3, odd numbers of pillows are typically more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. However, just play around with it until you get it how you want it. It doesn't have to match exactly on either side. So I'm going to show you an example of that there. I love these pillows. I'll link them. They were on clearance. I'll link them in the description below for you. So happy when these got here. So, get the tag out. All right. So now she's gonna go on the other side. Okay, and then, like I said, start from the outside, work your way in. So then you put your smaller pillows kind of in the middle, coming towards the middle. All right, and then I want to add in a little more blue. So I'm going to put this lumbar pillow here. And bam, she's ow, 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 ow. Okay. Just like that. My toes probably needs to go to the hospital. That's okay. That's okay. It's all right. We got this. Okay. So now we are looking comfy and cozy. Next thing I'm going to do is add a beautiful blanket. I found this one at Home Goods. And it had a lot of the blues and grays in it. And it's a little bit lighter, like as far as the weight of it goes. So perfect for spring. So I am going to add it over here. Cozy things up. Yeah. Theo's snoring in the background. So we've got different sizes, we've got different textures, we've got different colors. However, there's like a theme going through all of these. All right. So while this is the final look, I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more just to give you a couple of other ideas. So let's just say you want to take this into summer, right? So definitely would keep the blues. Or spring. Let's talk about spring a little bit more. So here's another pillow. This has got some fun textures. So far away from this camera. Fun textures, different patterns. So I'm gonna try this over here. I don't like that. I do like that. And then on this side, for those of you who just want something to scream spring, I used this pillow last year. I found it at Home Goods. It's gorgeous. It's got a bird's nest. It's got some gold writing. Really, really pretty. So then, put her over here. And one more pillow in the middle. Now we have a totally different look. For spring. All right, so let's just say you don't want spring in the mix anymore. You're ready for summer. So we pull out spring. We bring in, there's nothing like an anchor that says summertime is here, right? So let's try, you know what, I'll take this one out. I'll put this one in. It's got some nice blues and golds. And then what I would do in this instance is pull out this blanket and put in a darker one to tie in the navy. Okay, now I'm going to take you up to the kids' play area and show you, for those of you who have the darker sofas, this is a perfect example of the same rules that I applied downstairs. So I used different textures and why do I keep tripping today? And patterns. So this is this rosette pillows, Better Home. These are both Better Homes and Gardens, but so you've got a really soft texture there, and then you've got some stripes. And what I love about the Better Homes and Gardens pillows is that if you flip them over, here's a totally different pattern on the other side. But as you can see, it's the same color scheme. The best thing to do when you're working with the dark sofa, obviously just use lighter colors. It doesn't have to be white or, you know, neutral, but just lighter so that you can create some contrast. Okay, so I hope that helps. Theo's allowed to sit on this couch, so it's really like you could see his dog hair and stuff, but I just wanted you to see how the same rules apply. I used an odd number of pillows, different textures, different patterns, and a nice throw blanket. I'm done. Bye, Theo.
So just remember, the key ingredients to styling your sofa like a pro and nailing it every single time is to start from the outside and work your way into the center. Odd numbers are typically more visually appealing, but you can play around with it and do what works for you. And then finally mix different sizes, different textures, and different patterns, but try to maintain one same color theme throughout. If you walked away from this video today with at least one new idea or something you didn't know, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I would love to know in the comments section what colors you are using to style your home this spring, and I look forward to seeing you next time here at the Millionaire House. Until then, love and peace.